Intentions and objectives are crucial in an ayahuasca ceremony, and it is the difference between you giving up or keeping your word and doing everything that is needed from you. But today we're gonna go much deeper on this topic. We're gonna see how it works before, during, and after the ceremony, and how to do it for yourself before your ayahuasca ceremony or retreat and your preparation phase, and how it affects everything that surrounds it. Welcome to a new episode in the Macao Ayahuasca Retreats podcast. This is a space in which I hope I can give you tools, tips, and knowledge so that you can prepare, experience, and integrate all of your ayahuasca ceremonies. Intentions. This is something that I've talked in many or several of the podcasts and posts, and this is a main focus that we have during the preparation phase. If at any moment you feel the calling of doing this program with us, make sure you contact and we will give you everything you need so that you get to know all of our faces and that we can guide you. We do it with shamans, certified shamans here in Medellin, Colombia, and we guide you through the whole process with different sessions and ayahuasca retreats. So let's get into it. Intentions. Let's first talk about the times of intentions. Why is it important to have intentions? People think that it is important mainly for the ceremony, and this is something that you need to do and have ready before the ceremony. But we're gonna talk how this affects everything. I believe that like the habit of people is having the intentions the week before, the day before, and have them very clear in their ceremony. Maybe it's not the main thing that they do. They have the diet and they focus on the diet, on the body, and then they go with it to the ceremonies, and they hope they can see something about it. But I'm gonna talk to you about my experience, all the ayahuasca ceremonies that I've gone to, and all the people that I've guided, and the difference I see between people that have very clear their intentions, very clear, and those who don't. And this is not like a black or white, and this is not like the ones that do it right and the ones that do it wrong, because myself, I've gone to ceremonies without clear intentions, and it is not a sin, but it makes a very big difference. Let's talk about before the ayahuasca ceremony. As I was talking, people do this at the last minute or in the last week, but preparation for an ayahuasca ceremony, for you to be in your best for it, let's see an ayahuasca ceremony as a marathon. This is an analogy that I give to people. So you're going to a marathon. Let's say you're going to the Chicago Marathon, and you prepare in your last week. In your last week, you run, you do all the exercises and everything that people suggest that you should do. How well will you do in your marathon? I think you'll do very poorly. Why? Because a marathon isn't prepared the last week. It is like a lifestyle that you already have. You have been doing this for months, and then it is like a very natural thing that you do the day of the marathon. It is just a new run that you do. It is a harder one, I know it is, but you already have like the lifestyle. And the same is for intentions. If you do it in the last week, it won't be so deep inside you. And preparation will need you to say no to a lot of things. We talked about all the obstacles that come before the ayahuasca ceremony in another podcast. Make sure you listen to and you check all of our episodes so you can also get that knowledge. You will get obstacles, problems, changes in the plans. With shamans, things can change. In my experience with these shamans that we have, there are not a lot of changes, but there could be changes in your flight, in the circumstances, in your job, and you will need the strength to go with it. So motivation is something that lasts for a few days, and at first when you say yes to ayahuasca, there is like a motivation. But as the ceremony is coming closer, there will be a lot of things, what we call resistance, that is brought by your ego, because he knows you're going to die. He is going to die, and he's going to throw every single obstacle that he can throw at you. So for you to keep motivation is not with it is with persistence, and persistence comes from a big why. We're gonna talk a little bit later about how to set that why, how to set those objectives. I'm gonna give you a whole mental exercise that you can do. So this is why it is important to have them clear during your preparation and how in like building. I'm not expecting you to have them clear in the moment you say yes to ayahuasca, but between the moment you say yes to ayahuasca and the moment that the ceremony takes place, there is a space. In that space you have the opportunity to build your intentions and to have them every day stronger and more clear, and to construct them during the ceremony. This is something that I've seen myself. The ceremonies that I've gotten the best of me, the best visions or the best clarity, it doesn't need to be visions itself, but the best clarity, answers, and lastly the best changes in my life are the ones in which when I drink the cup, I am so connected with my intentions that I remember them by heart. And this is a crucial thing that you have in mind. You need to have your intentions by heart. And this is very important in several ways. Let's talk about the first one. Ayahuasca is gonna be so different in your mind, so powerful that you're going to, so to say, even closely forget who you are. You won't remember the sensations in your body. Some people have a hard time remembering their names, where they are. So all those like logical things go away. But if you have something that comes from your heart, so you know your intentions by heart, you won't need your logical mind, and the intentions will come back. So no matter how hard it gets or how strong it gets in your body, how much you forget about who you are, you're gonna remember why you're there. And that is very important, because people will go to incredible places with ayahuasca, and what happens to most of the people that do not have intentions is that they go places, come back, and they don't even remember they know they were somewhere incredible, but they don't remember. And worse, they don't remember why they were there, what was the lesson, how to make it real in their life. So they have like a dream, and it is just like another dream, incredible dream, but it doesn't like integrate in their life, it doesn't change their lives. So what I think about ayahuasca, it is a tool to change your life. Yes, it is an unforgettable experience, but that is not everything that ayahuasca is. Ayahuasca is not just a psychedelic or just a drug. In fact, it isn't, but it is a tool to change your life, to change your bad habits, to build on your good habits and everything. So intentions are that. Also, the same as with preparation, it is the strength, the force to guide you through the hard times. And ayahuasca ceremony is gonna have hard times, so you're gonna need some strength inside you. That helps. And the other thing is that when you know something from heart, it is very easy for you like to be structured, because the first minutes of ayahuasca are very hard. It could be even the hardest. It's when you already took the cup, you're not throwing up yet, you're not inside the medicine as we call it, you're not seeing visions, and you have nothing to do. And those moments are crucial for you to set yourself up inside and be organized and know your purpose. And that is what brings order to your ceremony. What I feel is that most of the people, and this being myself before, in many ceremonies, until I learned, we are very disorganized with our problems. We see them as problems and we think they're all over the place, but with clear intentions and when you know them by heart, you're very ordered. And ayahuasca is just a mirror. So ayahuasca is gonna give it to you in an ordered way. So I'm gonna give you an example. I once had my intentions so clear. I spent months building them and I rewrote them several times until I knew them by heart. And it was so clear to me that when we started, ayahuasca was a mirror and it showed me like an index, like a book. Showed me we're gonna see first this, then this is gonna be the last topic. And I've never heard this before, and after this I've never heard of somebody doing this. Maybe because people don't remember or they don't share, but I think it was like the mirror of ayahuasca showing me my order. And this is one of the most important ceremonies that I have in my life. So, and I know it was because of intentions. This is during the experience. Then we're gonna talk about the integration phase, which is gonna be the hardest one. Why? Because in preparation, yes, it is hard, but you always have like that hope or like that fact. You have a date in which ceremony is gonna take place. During the ceremony, yeah, it's hard, but it is the shortest one. Yeah, it will feel like a lifetime, but it is short. But integrating is the longest one, because after a ceremony, what comes is what? Life, and life takes forever, for a lifetime. And it is where you're put to the fire. If your learnings and what you learn, the teachings of ayahuasca are gold, they're gonna put to the test of fire. If they are gold, they're gonna stand. So if you had clear intentions and they vibe with your heart, with what you really want, and hard storms come, because storms are for everybody. It's not like it rains for somebody in the city and then for some no, rains just comes and it makes everybody wet. So, but how prepared are you? Do you have a strong house, a strong structure? Do you have a roof? Do you have an umbrella? Do you have a car? And the people that get really wet are the ones that do not have any of that. The ones that just see it as it just rained and I keep my routines are the ones that have the structure. So intentions are your structure to keep going, to be persistent. And that is when it's gonna be tested. So in the integration phase, it's the same. It's gonna be your fuel. Motivation is gonna last a few days after ayahuasca. You're gonna be happy, remember what you saw, everything. But then comes life problems and the daily life, and then is when you're gonna be put to the fire. So that is the why. Now, I don't want to extend too much this podcast. Now you know why it is important to set your intentions. This is the exercise you're gonna be doing before your ayahuasca ceremony, and this is the one that I think it helps me to put myself in a situation in which I have the clarity, because our ego will try to bring us 100 desires. Yes, it is possible. You can have it. But if you have 100 things to see with ayahuasca, you won't have the time, the energy to go all over the place. And you're gonna be exactly like that, all over the place. And it's not fun. Trust me. So, what I want you to ask yourself is, let's say in 6 months, this ceremony changed completely changed your life. It changed everything. It is what you dreamt. It is more than what you imagined. It is everything you ever wanted. Okay, let's put those high intentions. And I like to call them high intentions because they're not dreams. Dreams are things that happen in another realm and they never come true. High expectations and expectations are things, or there are goals that can be measured and can be walked towards them. We all have dreams, but we often get the sense of frustration from dreams, not of having success. But with expectation, am I on the right path? Am I not in the right path? Okay, you're there. You wake up in the morning. It's 6 months after the ceremony. Your life completely changed. You're a happy person because you are succeeding in all of your aspects of your life. So I'm gonna ask you, which are the number one, number two, and maybe number three aspects of your life, the pillars of your life. I don't know how you want to call them. Maybe it's your relationship with your spouse, maybe it is your family, maybe it is your job, maybe it is your body. I don't know which is, and no answer here is wrong. Which one is yours? Which of those is the first one that changed and changes the most? Upside down, 180 degrees. Which one changed? Number one. Then go to the number two. And first name the aspects. Which ones changed? Then write how did they change. And now don't have any fear to be very demanding. I want you to be demanding because this is the fuel, this is the north, this is the thing that you're gonna be thinking in the ceremony when everything looks like hell, and you're gonna ask yourself, do I really want this? And the obvious answer is yes. You will want it so bad that you're gonna go through the preparation obstacles, ceremony obstacles, and then integration obstacles. How did they change? And do like a bullet list if you want. If you have more than 3 aspects of your life, it's okay. I recommend people to have maximum of 5 to 7 aspects of your life, but for the first 3, be very thorough. Be very, do a complete list, and those are your priorities. Don't expect ayahuasca to answer more than those 3. Have those 3 very clear, and then have secondary goals, and try not to be very extended on those ones because ayahuasca and you won't have the energy to go all over it. If you go, it's marvelous. I've had some ceremonies in which it answers to me all of my questions and intentions in the first 10 minutes, and then we go all over another topic that is more important and that I didn't know. But my experience is intentions are always answered, always with ayahuasca. I'm not gonna tell you it's gonna be answered during the ceremony, but they are answered in any time. I've seen my intentions be answered, some of them, and the most priority ones are answered even before the ayahuasca experience. And most of them during the ceremony, and also some of them after the ceremony. And that is the exercise I want to leave you with. Maybe you haven't said yes to ayahuasca, but maybe doing this exercise, and I invite you to do this exercise, even if you're not going yet to an ayahuasca ceremony, to do this exercise, because maybe having those intentions will give you the strength, the force, and the synchronicity to align you with the ayahuasca ceremony and with who you want to go and be guided. And intentions will absolutely help. I hope this has been a good episode for you. Make sure you contact us if you want us to guide you and bring you to our certified shamans here in Medellin, Colombia. And hope to hear from you soon. See you in the next episode. Bye.